There's another nice one right there. And we start off tuning our baitcaster by setting this to 0. These are the brakes, we set them to 0, right? And then we tighten our spool release all the way up. We go as tight as possible so that the lure can't drop at all. It's just sitting there, right? And now what we do is we slowly loosen our tension, our spool tension, so that the bait drops at a steady pace. We're gonna want it a little bit tighter than this. Drops at a steady pace, about that fast, right? And then we take our brakes, and this is gonna reduce the amount of backlash. If you're a beginner, set them all the way up to the highest level. It'll affect your casting distance. You won't cast as far, but you'll get less backlashes. So we go all the way up to high. I like to set mine at about 7. I think that's a good average pace once you get to know what you're doing. Otherwise, keep your brakes on at maximum, right? So that's how we're gonna tune this. That allows for the lure to get casted out at an appropriate release so that the line doesn't peel back up. And that's what's happening with a backlash, is when you're casting it out, the spool is too loose for the distance the lure is traveling. And so in the air, while the lure is going up in the air, the spool starts spinning out and spitting out all of this line. And then when you start adding tension back onto it, your line attached to your lure traps down all of that line that came free, and then you got the rat's nest, right? So let's work on what we're gonna do when we inevitably do get a backlash. The other thing you gotta keep in mind is when you're casting out is to feather your spool. Did you see how I was feathering my spool on the way out? Let me show you it one more time. We've got our baitcaster tuned up, right? It's dropping at a ready pace. We put our thumb on the baitcaster, and after I cast, I'm putting my thumb right there, right on top, and I'm feathering the line on the way out, and then right before it hits the water, then I'm pushing my thumb down. That's gonna prevent any of the line that's spooling backwards to stay put. It's gonna keep it there.